In this Dexscreener Part 2 tutorial, we're going to cover things in a little bit more depth. So let's open a new collection again and let's look at it a little bit further. Let's click on Cock Inu, which is an avalanche collection this time. So you would have known from Part 1, we've got the main chart here, gives us a general overview. Now across the top here, in terms of trading tools, this is very much like TradingView, which we've discussed before. So you can get on a 4-hourly chart or a daily chart. Usually daily charts actually don't provide that much information only because a lot of these coins are new. So you need to be on a smaller time frame. But some of them that have been popular for a while, like Cock Inu, you can definitely jump onto a daily. And you can see here, generally, we had that big pump at the beginning, which we get with a lot of coins that are doing well. Doesn't last long. This one lasted longer than most of the others. This is why it's one of the best coins on Avalanche. Then we got that dump down. We got a retrace, dump down again, and it's kind of going sideways. Not kind of all the way back down to the lows either, which is promising. So long term, for this particular coin, if we do get another massive crypto bull run and meme coin interest, then potentially this could go up, potentially. But this wouldn't be a general trade you're looking for as a new trader or even experienced trader. You want to keep jumping into the new coins and making those gains on the initial pumps. But we'll discuss that in another video. So let's talk about some of the other pieces of information we have here. So on the right, I mentioned before, we don't always have socials, but on this one we do. We've got the website, Twitter, Discord. Really easy. If you click on these, it will open up in a new tab for you. So for example, if you click on website, we'll see the website here. Now, meme coin websites are pretty much useless. There's nothing useful you can see here because all of the information about the contract anyway is on the screener tools. So I don't usually use the websites. Twitter can be useful. You can see recently what information there might be. But again, not that useful to be honest with you. It's more the charts and the volume I'm actually looking at. On the right hand side here, we've discussed this already, market cap, liquidity, etc. And the liquidity is locked here if you see the lock icon. So that means it's, there's no chance of people just kind of draining that away and causing problems with this particular coin. Go further down, you've got the top traders here. Also, you don't always see this, but a holders tab. And when you see holders, more than 50 or 100 holders, it's a very good sign for a new meme coin, that it's a legit meme coin. There's a lot of retail interest and loads of holders are involved. Like if you saw 2 here, you'd be worried. It would be just the creator and their team member and that's it. And nobody else is even trading. And you'll be the mug who comes and trades on that particular coin. You don't want that to happen. That's why you've invested in this training. And that's why I'm going to show you all of the warning signs of any potential rogues or scams or anything like that. See live trades underneath here. You can see it's a lot of buying pressure over the last kind of 10 minutes or so, which is interesting. We can quickly filter by amounts as well if we wanted to. And we can see that very large amounts here as well. So we discussed that already. But let's have a look on the right hand side here. We discussed the icons and how they're pretty much meaningless, but we also get this gold plus security. If you click on the scroll down, I'll give you a quick summary of the contract. Again, like I mentioned in part 1, it's not always 100% accurate, so be careful. Buy tax, sell tax. So when you're buying and selling a token, if they're charging any tax, most meme coins, the better ones anyway, they tend to go with 0% here. Because just people don't like to pay tax. You're already paying transaction fees anyway. And to be honest, the meme coin creators, they don't need to make the money from this. They make their money in other ways from the meme coin. And ownership renounced, that means they've given up the contract ownership so that they can't now mint new tokens or do any other kind of messing about with the contract. It's basically locked infinitely for time. So it's like it's almost separate from them as a company contract. And then you've got open source, honeypot, things like that. Honeypot I'll discuss in more detail in a different video, but basically this is another a risk marker for a particular coin as well. Transfer pausable, no, so they can't sell it. They can't suddenly sell it. They can't suddenly pause the contract or anything like that. Good signs. Is it anti-whale? Yes. Again, I'll discuss that in a separate video. Holder count, which is obviously very high. It's one of the best coins, so you'd expect it to be high. That's fine. And obviously, you've got the creator address here if you wanted to check that out as well, and the owner address. So that's it kind of on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side here, you can have your own watch list, which I'll discuss in just a minute. And that's it. So you can see there's a lot of information on the screen there. And then finally, over the top there, you'll have trending collections as well, which sometimes you might want to click on. And whenever you've learnt or somebody has told you about a new collection, get the contract address or get the name and come here and search for it. Always get on a chart first and then look around the other information and the contract just to see what's going on with that particular collection. On the left-hand side here, you've got some other tabs. For example, you've got new pairs. And in terms of watch list, that's very easy. So if you want to add anything to your watch list, all you do is on any particular pair, you scroll down here and you see where it says watch list here. You click on it once and then you can manage your lists if you want to do separate lists for different types of coins, different chains. I don't tend to mess about with that. I just have one main list and I just constantly be putting coins on them, taking coins off. So I just have a main watch list. So for example, right now on my particular watch list, I just click on it. I have a certain set of coins. And every once in a while, every 2-3 weeks, I'll clean the list. And anything I'm not looking at anymore, I will just remove it. And this is really cool because you get liquidity, you get the trends, the last 24 hours, hour, etc. But still, it's not enough to just have these numbers here. I need to check on a chart. So I'd still need to click into one and I want to look at a chart and see what's going on. And if it's completely, for example, if it's a completely dead collection, it's not doing anything, I would just remove it from my list, which is very easy to do. So this is probably somewhere in between, but basically, yeah, you can take it off there or leave it back on. Now here on the left as well, you've got your portfolio, gainers and losers. Feel free to play with that. A lot of this stuff don't really play with because you don't really need to be honest with you. Gainers and losers, not really, because again, it's just the trending again, but if you wanted to, because mainly it's new ones I'm looking at, but if you wanted to, you can sort it by 6 hourly to see what's moved kind of the most as well. Now, a lot of these aren't proper meme coins anyway, but again, you'll learn that as you're looking through them. Now, new pairs, that's where it gets interesting. On here, basically what you can do is you can filter them more. So these are all new pairs, and you can see here the filter age less than 24 hours. So it's filtered that for you. And you can set it by you can change the liquidity as well to make it higher than a certain amount. For example, here I've got higher than 1,000. And then you can rank it and you can sort filters. So if you particularly like trading Avalanche meme coins, just go for the Avalanche ones only, click apply, and then you've only got the Avalanche ones. And you can see today, literally, it's just a handful. There's not like hundreds every day that are launching. So you can quickly screen through these. I like to sort it by liquidity. It's the higher liquidity ones. Ignore the ones that say they've got billions in liquidity, obviously. And if you scroll down here, you'll see the ones that are worth looking at, the ones where it says 40,000, 100,000, 17,000. These are all worth having a quick look at and then making a decision. See whether you want to add it to the watch list, keep an eye on it, or whether it's a complete waste of time. So, for example, if I was to click one like Gary Gensler, by the way, you'll see a lot of the same terms, same names for meme coins on lots of different chains and the same kind of trends coming back again and again. Probably the word Gensler's launched on AVAX probably a lot of times before as well. It's just something that's trending. A lot of creators of meme coins know things like this work. So they come here for a quick kind of cash grab and then basically move on, to be honest with you. And that's where you see strange charts here, like it's just one big green candle. But remember, it is a brand new launch, so we need to get on a much smaller time frame. So here I'd probably click on a 5-minute time frame and see what's going on. And I can see this one has actually just launched. So it's one to keep an eye on. But notice on the top right, we don't really have any socials. So we can search on Twitter. So we can obviously click on that and search on Twitter and look into it in more detail. But there's a lot more investigative work we want to do with this particular collection. And that's what I'll be discussing in an upcoming video, because that's really where the money's made, to be honest with you. As long as you can keep away from some of these collections. For example, this one has been going for a while now, over an hour. But notice, quick red flag. It only has 3 holders. Like, which new collection do you know after an hour that only has 3 holders? It should have a lot more. So basically, this is more than likely a failed launch. So something's not right here. They've not marketed, not done anything. Just because they've got green candles and the price seems a little bit higher doesn't mean anything. If there's no liquidity there, you can't really buy and sell it. There's no one to sell to. How is the price going to pump? The price pumps when there's more trading volume and more holders jump on board. That's how prices move. And finally, just here on the left, if you click on more, you've got things like trends here as well, which you can click on and use. So again, these are things I've never really looked at, but if you wanted to, you can have a quick kind of glance through. Trends here as well, you can have a quick look at. Again, it's not really something I click on. It's more the new pairs I'm looking at. I'm quickly screening them. Or somebody's mentioned in some of the call groups or something, somebody's mentioned a particular coin, I'd come here and do a search. And very important, when you're doing searches, don't always search for the name. Try and search for the contract address, because sometimes you'll find the same, any new popular collection that's doing really well, you'll find lots of copycat collections as well that seem to have the same name. And you don't want to get tricked by clicking on the wrong one. That's it for this one. Thank you for listening.